Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those in the past, the present, and the future. You know who the weird ones are. We don't need to go over it and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Welcome back, though, to another preview video. We're 4 down. With 4 to go. Simple as we're halfway through these preview videos, and today we've got a team that has actually not changed their names. One of the few that hasn't changed their names. In fact, one of the 3. One of them is me, because, you know, I am awesome. And the other one, two more, is Nuclear. Really not good at these things, am I? I need to do a script, but I don't, because the natural part of Kurt is the fact I'm not very good. Yes. Nuclear atoms, the atomic eagles, white, gold and black, of which I'm going to have to say I think it's worth the base colour not being white. But it's up to Nuclear. It's up to Nuclear. It's going to be a rare case of the team playing in whites for a short format game. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He's got quite a strong looking team. He's on the only, in fact, no, looking at that, he's the only team, the only player to select just the 15 players minimum requirement. He did not select any more, did not select any less. Boom. There you go. In terms of what he selected, I think there's a good balance there. I do worry a little bit the fact that the associate pick isn't the best. I think there are better associate picks out there, and I think it limits his choices. But we'll go into that. Now we'll go, as always, trying to go from bat number 1 to bowl number 11. Starting off, Kyle Kurtzer, big fan of Kyle Kurtzer, his nuclear atoms, so it made sense for him to make him his main Scott, and Chris Gale opening up the order. Chris Gale can start slow, but you want him there at the top, getting going, and my goodness, if he gets going, he will be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. Shakib Al Hassan in at 3, and I've stuck him as the captain. Nuclear had Mahmudullah as his previous captain. Let's not rehash over that. Let's move on. The man batted at a strike rate of around, I think, 20. And to be honest, I'd love to say it's a joke. I'm pretty sure he might have, actually. It is obviously a joke. He hasn't batted at 20. It was 21. But Shakib will come in, and I reckon Shakib will captain because Shakib can bat and bowl and field. Why can't he captain? A good player to have as well. A player that we already know that Supreme wanted to have picked for obvious reasons. Faf du Plessis, Edge du Plessis in at 4 again, another experienced batter. They've got a lot of experience in that top order, along with a couple of wildcard English picks with Ollie Pope and Lewis Rees coming in. Ollie Pope is someone that I could see being higher up the order at 4, maybe even 3. Just being that man, not to play the big booming shots, but bit of a fidget and noodle it around. Singles, 2s, 3s, maybe the odd 4, clips off the legs, nice cover drive. Can he play the big booming role? I'm not sure he can, but he can play that role superbly and just get, you know, on and off strike, rotate the strike and get the big booming players around him. But at 5, he's got the option then to try and frustrate the field, knock the 2s, and he's very quick and nimble. Lewis Rees at 6. Again, another man that is quite a favourite for Nuclear. I see Lewis Rees coming in at 6 for simple reason he can bowl a bit, he can bat. Will he go higher up the order? Potentially, but I see his place mainly around the sort of 5, 6, 7 position. And at 7 is Matthew Cross, the wicketkeeper. Where I spoke about the associate pick is that you would like maybe the associate, and it's up to people. It's really up to people. But the associate being Jaskaran Malhotra, obviously known for his 6 sixes most recently, can only really replace Matthew Cross, because you look at that top 6, you cannot see Jaskaran getting in that. And it's a top 6 that is a good looking top 6. The problem then becomes is that because he replaced Matthew Cross, that's a Scott out of the way, it's also a domestic out of the way, which means if Jaskaran is ever to come in, that means Luke Wright or Josh Little have to come in for Gale, Al Hassan, du Plessis, Shadab Khan or Lungi and Gidi, which is another considerable step down, I do think. Or maybe resting Faf or maybe resting Chris Gale for Luke Wright at the top of the order could be a potential, but it's an interesting one. I don't see too many changes happening for Nuclear this tournament for that reason. In terms of the bowling though, it's a good looking bowling attack. The batting lineup, it will have its good days, it will also have its bad days. It's very much form dependent looking at that. Players that will thrive on the thought that they've had a good inning or two before that game. The bowling attack is very good. I don't know exactly what he'll do, but I think Ngidi, for his specialty in this format, will come in ahead of Tim Southey. I think Josh Little can remove a bit of pace, but again, maybe Ngidi can do that. You're looking at the 3 pace options: Tom Curran, Ungi Ngidi and Bradley Curran. They're 3 really good options. You've got the pace, you've got the skill, and you've got the left arm. And also that you've got spin in Shadab Khan. I do question maybe there's one spinner light in this team, because you've got left arm medium as well for Lewis Rees. Shakib is the second spinner, but unless you include Chris Gale, Shadab Khan and Shakib Al Hassan both turn it the right way as far as I'm aware. Shadab Khan's a leg spinner, Shakib is a left arm offie, so it's both going to turn away from the right hand into the left hand. Maybe it just means then that maybe you do bring someone in like Luke Wright for a maybe even Lewis Rees. You try and get Chris Gale maybe even to open the bowling and just try and start a bit of off spin, depending on who's there. If you've got a left arm batter in the opening lineup, it'd be half tempting to chuck Chris Gale on there. I've stuck it as Lungi Ngidi and Tom Curran. You want these bowlers to be in, you want these bowlers to be making an impact. Bradley Curry could also come in, and then maybe 3 or 4 overs in, you can bring Shadab Khan in if they've brought the pressure well and the pace bowlers have done what they need to. Shadab Khan could come in, a little bit of trickery from the spinner, and that could produce the wickets there. That's what I think the bowling tactic should be. In terms of the bench options, as I said, we've got Luke Wright, Jessica and Malhotra, Tim Southey and Josh Little. There's good pace options, there's alright batting options. I do feel like, I'm not sure, but I do feel like they've gone maybe a bit too heavy on the sort of, I'd say, ageing players. That's my main worry, is that if they can't get going, Gale, du Plessis, Kurtzer, they'll struggle, and that is a lot of their batting is pinned up on them. How can Shakib manage his team is very, very, very crucial. And in terms of quotes, Shakib is not in control of the team. He might end up in control of the team. Shakib does what he wants. But Nuclear had this to say: I felt that my draft went better than expected. I got most of the targets I wanted, and whenever one of my desired players had been snapped up, I managed to find equally as good replacements for them. I achieved my goal, which is putting more emphasis on bowlers, but also keeping my identity in check by choosing attacking batsmen. I'm excited to see Wanindu Hasaranga, and I would love to have had drafted Joe Root. So he's quite open there in the fact that he did miss out on quite a few picks. I as well missed out on quite a few picks. He would have liked to have drafted Joe Root, and Joe Root I think is a big player, because that would be the easy number 3 or number 4 in that team, and it would maybe have given him more options elsewhere in terms of the foreign player count. I would have maybe a Faf du Plessis down, I reckon. Faf was probably the replacement for Joe Root. But in terms of the actual team, it is a team that on its day will be formidable. The problem is that there are slow players. I mean, Carl Kurtzer, when he's rocking and rolling, he's good. Same with Chris Gale, same with Faf du Plessis. Problem is that they can quite notoriously be slow starters, and if that does happen and they get out, 1 or 2 of them in the same innings, you're immediately on the back foot. Let's say Kurtzer and Gale struggle to get going, 10 off 10, both of them out. That brings people like Shakib and Faf and Ollie Pope in, that could do quite well for big scores there, under pressure, and that could lead to more mistakes. That's my only concern really for the batting. If it fires off and it starts well, there's a few bobbles to punish, then this team will be formidable, and I do see Nuclear being a problem for anyone on their day. In terms of that though, that is preview number 4 done. We're 4 down, we've got 4 to go, and then 2 little generic ones, 1 video, 1 stream at the end of the week. Thursday and Friday. Thursday for the stream, Friday for the vid. Thank you all for watching. I can confirm this has been factually true. You have been an audience, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take it easy, take care, and goodbye.